Ladies and gentlemen, it is a massive, massive W for the Genshin Impact space and its global player base, because apparently there's been some news about Corina Boettger, Paimon's voice actor, and her role in the future of Genshin Impact. And boy, oh boy, a lot of people are celebrating, because apparently hidden across this 29-minute and 10-second video is her actively saying that she is no longer going to voice Paimon in the game. And instead of going ahead and subjecting all of you to, we'll just play part of the video so you can understand why I'll be watching somebody else's.
Tavalin, yes. We just and it ended there.
Yeah, we're not watching this. I already have enough PTSD from listening to her in Genshin Impacto. I'd rather not hear her talk for another 29. So what we're going to be doing instead is actually watching a bit of a breakdown that's much shorter by none other than Hero Hey himself, who has been one of the peak creators, going ahead, covering the issue, bringing all of the bullshit to light, because this VA, Paimon, has been one of the biggest hypocrites, one of the biggest blights on the greater voice acting community, and has done so much damage to the reputation of Genshin Impact, SAG-AFTRA, its voice actors, AI deals, all of that. It's been absolutely insane. And so why don't we just go ahead, take a look, and just basically put an end to this arc? Because I think that once Paimon's VA is gone, she probably was sternly recommended to leave by a lot of people, despite what she might say. I think we're at the point where everybody can start healing and moving on. She's basically like the grievous wounds of the damage that's been done to this space. So with that, let's go ahead and get right on into it.
So guys, we got crazy news. Fourth video of the day today, and thank you everybody who has tagged me about this news, who has left comments on my videos about this news. Got a lot of people informing me about this, and I appreciate it greatly. One little problem, I normally don't upload so many videos in a day, and I think there's like no notifications after the third one anyways, meaning YouTube probably definitely thinks I'm spamming people. So if you wouldn't mind liking, that would be much appreciated to help this video get out there, because I'm pretty sure it's going to struggle to get out there, and this is definitely stuff I want to talk about with you guys. Because look at that.
He's right. YouTube, basically, if you upload more than 3 vids in a day within a 24-hour time span, your 4th video and beyond actually gets like actively griefed in the algorithm. So that's why creators usually at most upload around 3.
Look at this. Paper Bag Boy interviewed Paimon via Corina, but there's a part of that interview that is especially noteworthy. That being this section where Corina, right there, says apparently she's stepping down as Paimon. Now, there are a few things to be skeptical about regarding like the specific details of this. For example, if she willingly stepped down, or if Hoyo took action against her and she's trying to spin it a certain way or anything like that, because this is someone who, to be quite frank, I don't really trust.
I mean, she's on the record lying so many different times, not even understanding the SAG-AFTRA agreement, and then going ahead and creating like 17 different TikToks explaining why she's right. And then all you have to do is like look at the website for SAG-AFTRA and you're like, wait, what the fuck are you even saying? It's happened so many times at this point, I don't think anybody can get even close to taking her slightly seriously. It's gotten so bad that even the most die-hard Genshin Impact fan... let me just do something real fast. Let me just look up a quick little receipt. What happens when I look up her announcement? Guys, it's gotten so bad that the Genshin Impact subreddit hates her too. Sorry for light mode. I turned it on Reddit and I don't know how to turn it off. Paimon's voice actor, Corina Boettger, announces that she won't be voicing Paimon. This is the most liked post, potentially, in the Genshin subreddit history. Look at this shit. It's at fucking 9.2K. It's one of the most popular posts this subreddit has ever had, is her announcing her departure. When there used to be so many people talking about, oh, we feel so bad for her. Oh, she's not getting paid. Oh my gosh. Oh, I feel so bad for Corina. And then now they're literally celebrating the fact that she's gonna be fucking gone. That is the amount of damage she was able to do in, I do think it's around 2 months. I've never seen such a fast turnaround in 2 months. It should be studied. She should be the example in like a communications, like a media class of what not to do when interacting with like a global community. All right, surely I can... We fixed it. Don't worry, we fixed it.
For obvious reasons. I mean, she has lied in the past, multiple times, been caught in lies. But Let's play the clip. This is about 20 seconds from the interview and see what she has to say here, shall we?
So, are there any new
I turn this up a little louder, actually, too. There we go.
major roles coming up for you soon, or is it still just going to be Paimon? I know you're not voicing Pai at the moment, but is there any new roles that you have coming up?
Correct. After Jacob was replaced, I sent notice to Hoyo saying that I would no longer voice Paimon until they became union, so they'll probably just replace me. But
I'm not gonna voice Paimon until they become union. Okay, so she essentially just tried to hold the game hostage. She tried to hold the game hostage. Wow, what a surprise. Who would have seen that coming from this idiot? Try to hold the game hostage until they become union, which Genshin may or may not actually even be able to do because Genshin is a company associated with this CCP, an official government body, because that's what Hoyo is affiliated with. I'm pretty sure they have some sort of like cultural linkage because like the impact that Hoyo has had on the global space is a little representation of like China's culture. And unless they go ahead and sign an American union deal, she's going to quit the game and she's holding her role hostage. I don't think she realizes how little they care. It's Dewey is a parliament member. Yeah, he don't give a fuck. And she's doing this after they're already starting to replace a bunch of Genshin VAs, right? And every single new VA coming to the game, starting from, I do believe, Verena, has just not been based in the United States. You look at Verena, she's voiced by female Rover. Actually, no, it started with Mizuki. Or sorry, Verisa. Right, Mizuki is voiced by Yinlin's VA. Verisa is voiced by female Rover's VA, and so on and so forth. What I would love to see from Genshin Impact is they replace Paimon with Encore's VA. That's what I would like. Then I think Genshin, super playable. Replace Corina with Encore's VA. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Yep, it'll be tolerable. Probably it'll actually be good. People will probably actually like Paimon after that.
Oh, that was the clip. It's done. I was about to say, like, all around the world, hundreds of thousands of Hoyo players and gamers in general and people in general on the internet cheered. Parties were thrown. Parties were scheduled. Liquor store sales just shot up.
Genshin Impact players aren't old enough to go to liquor stores. You want to know where they probably went? They probably went to the local Krispy Kreme or the Baskin Robbins. Yeah, they had the Baskin Robbins and Krispy Kremes had record sales today. Or the Jamba Juices. My bad. Yeah, those stores. Those are the ones.
So did Primo Gems. As a matter of fact, we saw CN players saying that if Hoyo replaced Paimon, that they would top up those Genesis crystals. They would top up those Primos.
Hey, guys. Hey, we might play the Natlan story quest now. If I don't have to listen to this absolute freak shrieking in my ear every 5 minutes, the Natlan story quest is probably going to go up at least 2 or 3 rating points by itself. You could have viewed Corina's involvement in the Genshin Impact main story as like a permanent debuff to its overall score. Even if a quest was like a solid 8 or 9 out of 10, it would be reduced to a 6 or a 5. Just from the fact that you would have to hear her across the quest. You want to know what my favorite quests in Genshin are? It's the ones where you get separated from Paimon, and then you just have to like go do stuff by yourself. Those are the best ones.
As mentioned, I am of course skeptical that this is the way things really went down. Maybe she was going to get replaced and she wants to try and do one final like, oh yes, see, I am so virtuous to the strike that I even said I would step down or something like that to try and make herself look better. I don't know. I'm not saying that's a fact. I'm just saying, man, I'm like...
He's speculating over here, right? He is 1000% speculating on the actual reason why she's no longer reprising the role. And the thing is, in a lot of situations, right, if there are like objective facts presented by her, like, you know, maybe Hoyo confirms that that's the reason why they separated, the speculation wouldn't make that much sense. But when there's no official news and Corina is on the record lying in almost every circumstance when it comes to this whole VA debacle, I think that the automatic and responsible thing to do is to actually speculate on every single fucking thing she's saying, because I don't think she's told the truth a single time. And so why would she start telling the truth now? I think most people automatically assume she is lying whenever she says anything nowadays. Yeah, that is the reputation she's managed to build up over 2 years. And once again, the fact that these are the comments that you're seeing on the Genshin Impact subreddit, huge quality of life change. W, so player friendly. Biggest quality of life so far until artifact loadouts become a thing. Doesn't this prove what that everyone was saying was correct? It was never about AI protections. It was about unionizing the game and the company. Oh, man. Oh, man. So much damage has been done to this space, ladies and gentlemen. Remember how many VAs were talking about they were striking because of AI protections? And now Hoyo was being so evil by now allowing these VAs to have, like, sanctity over their voice? Oh, that was not the real reason. So they'll probably replace me. OMG, Corina totally got fired. Nobody believes her, bro. Nobody believes her anymore. She's so cooked, it's unbelievable. And if news about the Nikke voice actor, right, who voices Kaching, the Kaching voice actor voices one of the main characters in Nikke, and she started getting lambasted on the Nikke live stream because of her involvement in this whole stupid situation. She was like talking a bunch of shit about other VAs, and it followed her into a different gacha game. And I do believe that this entire situation, if it's getting this many updates about her getting fired, I think this is going to follow Corina into many more games into the future. I think that she is, honestly, kind of cooked. Because Genshin Impact is one of the biggest games, right? And their audience goes ahead and plays a lot of other games and watches a lot of anime. And what she does is she voices in games and she voices in animes. This is probably one of the stupidest career moves I've ever seen. I mean, I think it just kind of shows that, like, intelligence is not a baseline requirement to have a role in this industry. I think that a lot of people are just going to assume that, like, VAs aren't very smart. And it's kind of bad, but it is what it is.
I don't find it, like, particularly wise to believe what she says.
Yep.
Like, there might be a little bit more to it that she's leaving out or something, right?
Yep.
But we're going to hop over to the Genshin Impact.
I think on the vid, she said that she's blacklisted by a lot of companies. I wonder why.
Subreddit to see what some people are saying. Spoiler alert, they're very happy, of course. And credit to Paper Bag Boy for getting this interview. Like, I'm actually kind of shocked that she did this. And again, I'm just like skeptical. Like, why would she do this?
Yep, let's check it out.
Hopefully he asked her at some point in the interview about Pomeranian of Doom. I don't think he did. He probably didn't, but that would have been hilarious too. So I was actually so excited about this news that I didn't even catch that she said the wrong name. She said that freaking... She said she said Jacob got replaced, John got replaced, Jacob replaced John. So that's just especially funny. She's all like trying to harass Jacob with these other people for replacing
John Patnudier, or Patnude, however you pronounce his fucking name, got replaced by Jacob Takadashi.
John, and she
For Kenichi.
doesn't get John's name right there. Great job.
After Jacob was replaced.
And so, to be quite frank, I recorded the rest of this video already, but I went back
up.
and I'm adding this part now because I just saw that she's on Blue Sky as well making this statement. So just keep in mind, this was recorded after the rest, and then after we talk about this, then the rest of the video was supposed to come. But I'm putting this first because this is important, so hopefully that made sense. On Blue Sky, Corina says, "Thanks, Paper Bag Boy, for having me, but yeah, I make the announcement here that after John got recast, she got it right that time at least, that was the final straw for me, and I told Hoyo I was not coming back to record until they signed the SAG interim agreement, as I have still been dealing with my contract being broken again and again and again from them not paying me on time on a consistent basis, not being paid within the 30 days as my contract states, waiting anywhere from 3 to 5 months on average for my paychecks. This is why contracts mean nothing if the game isn't union, because contracts are not enforceable without a union." That's not true.
Contracts are not enforceable without a union. What? This is what I mean by she just goes ahead and just says shit that's just outright fucking wrong. She just says so much stuff that's not true, and then people like agree with her because they're too stupid to know that that's not true, and then they just believe whatever she says, even though she has a track record of being proven wrong about like 90+% of whatever she says. It's fundamentally one of the most ridiculous things I have ever witnessed from a person before. Like, it's just... There's never any recognition that they've done something wrong or said something wrong either. Or that they're just wrong about something. They just go from like... They just go on like a fucking kill streak of misinformation over and over again. And has just absolutely no accountability at all in any of these circumstances.
Hoyo still refuses to sign an AI protection contract, and even if they did sign my contract and several of my castmates' contracts are broken on a regular basis, this is why we need SAG.
They're still talking about the AI protection thing, even though I'm pretty sure all of the games have AI protection. They literally all they have them all because they've signed with a new studio, Sound Cadence, that has the AI protections built in. Oh god.
Oh my gosh, the bootlicking is like off the charts, bro. Because without SAG, these companies know that we do not have the money to fight them in court, as most of us, including myself, already live paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah, I would speak for yourself, buddy. I saw the house of, what's his name? I saw the house of Ryodley's VA. He seems to know how to manage his career and income properly. His house looks pretty nice, I'm gonna be honest. Wait, I think there's a video of it. Yeah, this is Ryodley's VA.
To do so.
Yeah, this is what his house looks like. Yeah, I don't know. I think he's doing good. I think he's doing okay. What do you guys think? I think he's doing just fine. Yeah, I don't think he has to worry too much about living paycheck to paycheck if this is what his studio looks like. Or maybe it's just an AI background. Yeah, I think this is probably just a skill issue in income management. Or maybe SAG-AFTRA is negotiating bad contracts for her.
Yeah. So I mentioned throughout this video that I'm very skeptical of what she says, and this just makes me even more skeptical. Like, this comes off like she was getting replaced. This is, in my opinion, this comes off like, yeah, she was getting replaced, and she's trying to get ahead of it now, wants to try and make herself seem good, try to get something out of it at least. I don't know, man.
The way this reads is that she said she's living paycheck to paycheck, but then also basically said, I'm going to quit if you don't do this thing. I'm going to be real here. That doesn't seem like the most fiscally responsible thing to do. To claim that you're living paycheck to paycheck, but then also threaten to quit your job over something that you're like wrong about. I mean, what can you really say about that, man? Other than maybe it's time to put a couple of your morals aside and recognize that you might actually be fucking homeless if you do this. That's a realization that we should have at some point, right?
I repeat that point throughout this video as it goes on when we take a look at the Genshin Impact subreddit. So, like,
there was a point in the interview where Corina said they're gonna ask their parents to help pay their bills. Corina is like 35, by the way. Do you have the timestamp in there where this happens? Do you have the timestamp in here where she says that? There's no way she decided to use this SAG-AFTRA strike, threatened to quit, actually does quit, and then goes back home to ask her parents for money. After doing all of that, she's becoming a burden to her parents to support SAG-AFTRA. There's no way. She threw her own career away for SAG-AFTRA, and now she's going. Do they have like what does SAG-AFTRA have like a fucking? Do they have like blackmail on her? Like do they have like some super incriminating information that they're threatening to release publicly, and like that's why she's like bending over fucking backwards, even like offering up her parents' income to support them? Like what? Why is she so dedicated to a corporation like this? Like, to the point where she's starting to siphon off of her parents' income at the age of 35 to go support SAG-AFTRA and their movement. Like, she wants Hoyoverse to become unionized this much. Chinese law, particularly its civil code and recent court filings like the Beijing Internet Court's decision on AI voice infringement, already establishes safeguards by protecting voice as a personality right. Yeah, that's the thing. Chinese law, and I'm pretty sure Japanese law, already has AI protections built in. That's what I've been saying the entire time. And so it's just like the protections are already there. So like, what are these reasons that she's listing out over here? They're just bullshit. And so clearly it's all just for Genshin to become a union game. But it's like, we did all of this for that? Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, bro. Think about like maybe 1300 BC, like 1200 BC. She would have been the most, like, dedicated member of, like, a corrupt church. Straight up, the most dedicated member of, like, the fucking clergy, bro. She would have been burning motherfuckers at the stake for fun. She would have gathered 90% of the logs for the local witch fire, bro. Straight up. She would have been chopping down, like, 300 trees by herself to go burn some motherfuckers. Oh, my God. She's so dumb, it's unbelievable. 2329? Somebody found it? Okay, all right. Clearly, it's very easy to believe anything negative you hear about her, but we'll just make sure to get the receipts here.
I'm not getting paid on time.
Yeah.
And if I still have to ask my parents to help me pay for my rent, I might as well actually take a stand here and say, well, I have to do that anyway. So, knowing that my contract is not being obligated,
So my parents are currently helping me with rent. And because they're already doing that, I should just go full... I should just go full retard, quit my job, so they can help me even more. And she's on food stamps, too. Oh, God. Oh, God. It's just...
Vicious. Oh, and there is one more thing. She would add on.
Is there any proof of these late payments, or is this just trust me, bro? This is just trust me, bro. She's provided absolutely no proof at all about anything that she's saying. Probably the only truthful thing in here is that she asked her parents for rent money. That's probably the only non-lie that she's told.
On saying, I'm refusing to work until Hoyo actually agrees to protect their actors. If they replace me, that shows how they treat their actors. We are asking for very simple things.
I'm gonna be a complete piece of shit employee, threaten all of my coworkers, sow so much discord that it ruins the reputation of the game, and if the company fires me, they're the ones at fault. I've cracked the code. I'm invulnerable.
Being paid on time, AI protections, and 4-hour contracts to actually be honored. Of course, we know that there's a lot more to Hoyo becoming a union project than just that. But she does leave a little bit of hope there for her 5 fans that maybe Hoyo will sign the agreement and she won't be replaced after all. But let's keep in mind the possibility that she might be lying.
Why is it only her that gets late payments? Where are the other VAs that don't get paid? Yeah, I don't know, man. Yeah, it seems like it's just her. Yeah, it seems like she's the only one that never gets paid. She's said it at least 3 or 4 times. Yeah, she's the only one that doesn't get paid.
Having potentially already been replaced by Hoyo, and this is now damage control, in which, if that's really happening here, she's now openly lying further and gaslighting her own followers. That takes us to our Genshin Impact 31 minutes ago. The post titled, Paimon's voice actor Corina Boettger announces that she won't be voicing Paimon. We can see comments, top comments, such as, nothing of value is lost. Something of value is gained. Paimon stonk? All right, Paimon has been freed, man. Paimon has been freed, potentially. Imagine if this incident suddenly caused people to spend more on this game as celebration. Oh, it is.
I think it definitely is. 1,000,000%. There are people like Tectone who are saying that they will come back to the game, who are on the record saying that they'll come back to the game if Paimon's VA gets replaced. I'm pretty sure there's already like a viral thing on Twitter going on about it right now. If Paimon gets a new voice actor, I will go back and try Nat Lan in Genshin Impact. Maybe he's lying like Paimon's VA. We'll just have to see, boys. We'll just have to see. But it looks like Brother Man may have to follow through. Uh-oh, Spaghetti-O.
Yeah, look what this person says right here. From what I heard, some parts of the CN fandom actually deleted Genshin and stopped spending on the game until they fired the problematic VAs. Basically, they told Hoyo to stop this nonsense. Oh, okay, it's a little different than what I was talking about earlier about, like, firing Paimon alone. But yeah, I mean, there's that too, I guess. We gained value. I got used to her voice, but if we actually got a second VA for Paimon that works somewhere that is not Formosa, we might get an actual gentle voice. Probably got recast. Oh, here we go. Yeah, see, this is kind of what I'm thinking here. Probably got recast and trying to deflect, was voicing Paimon the entire strike, and now decides to leave the role. Yeah, sure. Can't say I'll miss her voice.
That's the thing, right? She was out here talking about how she needs to, like, afford medicine. You know, this is, like, the only thing that she has going for her, and so she has to keep this role across the entire strike, where everyone else is going voiceless and not getting paid themselves. And then now, after all of this, when there's so much public backlash to every single thing that she's doing and every single thing that she said, now she doesn't need to get paid anymore. Huh. Yeah, I remember her justifying why she was a scab way back in the day. Her justifying why she was still working while everybody else wasn't during the strike. And now she wants to quit. Yeah, that's a press X to doubt moment there, brother.
We'll read a few more of these. She played the wrong cards, really. I'm not saying you need to be a sellout, but the fact that she chose to go with the cult-like union instead of sticking to her role in a contract with Genshin is genuinely frying me.
I'm pretty sure what happened is that the union was probably telling her, hey, yeah, you're really sticking your neck out here for us, Corina. We're gonna make sure to get you some really, really good roles in the future. Yeah, we'll keep you top of mind next time something like this comes up and there's an opportunity for you. And now she's basically unhireable because the game's gonna get so much shit for putting her stupid fucking voice in it. Yeah, no, she's gonna get thrown away like a fucking used condom after this.
Frying me. Like, sure, if this entire fiasco was real, then of course go ask for your rights. But she 100% knew that this entire thing was a hoax. SAG-AFTRA doesn't give a dang about them, yet they died before admitting they were wrong. The fun, oh yeah, we talked about yesterday, I think it was yesterday, right? Yeah, the SAG-AFTRA live stream they held where Duncan Crabtree Ireland and Elmale, what's her name? Sarah Elmale, was that it? The last name was Elmale, I'm pretty sure. But these execs for SAG-AFTRA were just there like tripling down on everything. The funny thing is, Genshin isn't even on the list of projects under this drama. They'd literally get in problems in China before they even think about using AI. All in all, play stupid games, win stupid prizes is what fits her.
When you think about how many people there actually are in China, let's think about it this way, guys. I don't know if you guys have seen like the news articles or the videos about CN. There are like so many unemployed people in China because of like how like their societal structure, like their work structure works. If they started using AI to make even more people unemployed, there would probably be like a fucking... there would be some issues. And so I genuinely think they like just aren't doing that much with AI other than to do like some crazy other shit in like technology, not necessarily in like replacing human workers. Because brother, man, I'm gonna be real, they already don't have enough jobs for people. Like the age range of like 18 to like 27 in China is like completely... there's a lot of fucked up people over there because of like how their employment structure is working. And so AI making that worse would, I'm pretty sure, just cause like a fucking revolution, bro.
Please be gone. We're going to make sure that Corina stayed gone while saying hello to the new voice actor, which will be better than the old one, and even get some players to turn the English dub on. Everybody cheered. Best thing she can do.
Hey, all they need to do is just get Encore's VA. It's over. Yeah, just get Encore's VA and I think they're set.
It's performative and meaningless, not gonna lie. She only did this because of pressure, not because she actually wanted to do it. If she wanted to strike, Paimon should have been silent from the start of the strike like everyone else. Or she actually got recast already, and this is her way of coming out on top. But yeah, I'm so ready to never hear her again. You guys know my opinion already. I've stated it plenty of times. I'm obviously skeptical of what Paimon's claiming. But as this person kind of gets to at the end there, like the ultimate thing really is if... regardless of circumstances, if she really does end up getting recast, this is something that so many people are going to be happy about. And I'm sure many people in the comment section here are going to be really happy, and I'm excited to see the comments on this video. So,
oh, I'm excited to read them as well. Wait, let's actually take a look real fast. What are the comments looking like over here? 13k likes, 66 dislikes. Damn, that's one of the most... damn, that's probably every single one of Corina's followers on Blue Sky and Twitter combined. Yeah, those 66 dislikes, probably all of them combined. Never clicked so fast. Congratulations to everyone. We have won 5 points. Remember, Corina has been caught lying many times. Her not getting paid from Hoyo is just another lie. No other VA has claimed this from Hoyo. In the past, when she was not getting paid, it was because of her studio she was recording with, not Hoyo. And Hoyo helped her transfer studios and made sure she was paid. I don't even, yeah, it's, yeah. Oh, dear.
The next best thing from here would be like the actual...
oh, yeah, and she also said a video that she uploaded to TikTok under her own username was AI meant to spread misinformation about her. I remember that one, too. A video that she uploaded on her own TikTok that featured her own face. She said that was AI meant to spread misinfo about her.
Like patch notes, if we get a patch for Genshin, and it's like...
optimized. The patch note says optimized Paimon's voice. That's it. That's a replacement. Optimize the voice of Paimon.
New VA for Paimon, or however they phrased it officially. I forget like how they phrased it for the recent Honkai one, but could you just imagine that? Update Paimon VA. It's like it'll be like lines changed for Paimon or something like that. You know, it's also good news that if Corina gets replaced, indeed, if she gets replaced, that she would hopefully get replaced with a non-union VA who's really excited to do the work, who likes Genshin, likes the community, and that's someone who would be making some good money, you know? There's some good lines that Paimon has in the game, that's for sure. So that would be like a very wholesome conclusion It would also, of course, take further power away from these nonsensical, power-hungry VAs and their corrupt union. We'll read a few more. Doesn't this prove what everyone was saying was correct? That it was not about AI protections, it was about unionizing the game and company. Well, yeah, I mean, that's something we all kind of knew already, but more evidence supporting that, I suppose, is...
And you want to know the thing is? That truth about the entire matter would never have been uncovered if it had not been for Paimon's VA, the VA of Kaching, and a couple of other people doing all of that damage. Doing all that damage, putting so much stuff to the forefront, talking so much shit. I don't think anyone would have ever figured out the truth behind this entire thing not being for AI. And the amount of damage that those idiots did to their own, like, image, like, all of the unvoiced characters over the past, like, year and a half has been unbelievable. Absolutely fucking unbelievable, the level of self-sabotage that these idiots did by bringing so much of this to the forefront.
Not a bad thing. So she spent the entire time complaining how she was going to keep voicing that's her only source of income, but she supported the strike. Now I'm supposed to believe she decided not to continue? Yeah, right. She got notice she was being replaced and is trying to deflect.
And the thing is, Hoyo's never going to talk about it either, right? Hoyo is never going to talk about the reasons why she was replaced because they've maintained radio silence on every single recast that has occurred. They have never commented on any of the issues, any of, like, the drama, any of the things that other people have said. They've just said, we're announcing the person has been replaced, and that's it. They never comment further. And I'm pretty sure Corina is just playing on that knowledge that they'll never actually further comment on the issue to spin whatever narrative that she wants. But at this point, it doesn't matter because I don't think anyone is ever going to believe whatever she says.
Similarly, this comment. If she stopped voicing Paimon after John got replaced, 1, why was she still voiced while others were voiceless? 2, why when people were calling her a hypocrite for still working yet judging Jacob, instead of saying, I'm actually not voicing Paimon anymore, she says, I have bills to pay, I'm disabled. True. She gotta be lying. She got fired and is coming out to say she stopped working on her own to prevent people from mocking her. There's no way she hasn't been voicing Paimon for around 2 months now, especially when she's only now saying that she hasn't been voicing Paimon. Why not publicly say she stopped voicing Paimon as a show of support for John?
She got fired.
And then people question the process of how many lines are recorded in advance and all that. Whatever the case may be there, perhaps it's true that maybe these lines were recorded in advance and that's why. But the second bullet point here, so to speak, is certainly a good point regardless. That being that this whole time she's told one story about all of this, which seems to now contradict the story that she's trying to tell us about her apparently stepping down all the way back when John got replaced. Things don't add up in my opinion, and seems to be a lot of people also questioning this too. So yeah, I'll leave it there for now. Let me know what you guys think. Her potentially lying again, she's already lied a lot in the past. Her potentially lying again could be a reason why she would even want to do this interview too. Like maybe she decided to use the interview as a way of making it seem more believable or something. Who knows?
She's trying to get ahead of the issue, spin her own tale, knowing that Hoyo never actually responds in these situations. And most people are going to believe that she's actively spreading misinformation about why she's no longer reprising the role. Because once again, she's basically taking a complete opposite stance to what she had before. Was openly working in spite of the strike, saying that she needed to pay her bills and that she's disabled, blah, blah, blah. Also, she's autistic. I remember she said that at least like 3 or 4 times that she's autistic. Self-admitted, by the way. And then now it's suddenly, hey, my parents are paying all my bills now. Hey, I'm doing this. Hey, fuck it. I'm gonna take a stand. I'm gonna defend SAG-AFTRA because my parents are paying all my bills. That's a 180. That's a 180, and it's pretty clear she got fired. At least that's the take that most people are gonna have after seeing somebody dramatically fucking change up their story like this on a dime.
Who knows, man? Like I said, consider letting me know what you think in the comments. Maybe tomorrow we'll watch more of the interview. Paper Bag Boy shouts out. He's the one who got the interview. I will link it in the description for you if you want to watch the whole thing on your own. And yeah, thanks again for tuning in to a late 4th video of the day. Sorry for the kind of spammy stuff. I did not expect to have like 2 breaking news things occurring late at night tonight, but that's just the way things unfolded.
Absolutely. I would say great coverage of the entire issue. I think the only thing is that he actually got to that Reddit thread a little bit early. I think he got to the Reddit thread a little bit early because boy, oh boy, if we just take a look at some of the comments over here. Yeah, they got a lot spicier in the 15 hours that it took for this entire issue to break down. Yep, her crashing out a few weeks ago was totally after being told that. Yeah, she crashed out so many times in the past week. Yep, that was a proper mental breakdown where she lashed out at everyone and ended up abusing both Hoyo and all Genshin players. If she hadn't been fired then, that video sealed the deal, and then she blamed it on AI. Was this the toilet talk? Was this her, like, pretending to throw up on the toilet and then, like, start talking about why Genshin needs to join the union? I guess this is the thing. Nobody is able to even clarify which video that was, where she's supposed to be crashing out and harassing the players of the game. There are so many of them. You might have to be a little bit more specific. Do you know how little that narrows it down? There's too many examples to look back on to be able to pinpoint exactly which one is the issue. You have her, like, walking outside. Hope this helps. And then you have her throwing up on the toilet, or pretending to at the very least. Going like,
Being a part of the union is something that every company needs to do.
and it's like, bro, like, no, everyone knows you're faking it. She legit just destroyed her career with all of this. Future clients will look her past work up and see she's a PR disaster and won't take care of her. She probably will never get a good job in voice acting ever again. Yeah, I don't think anyone wants to deal with the fucking mental baggage that is involved with having her on your team. And boy, oh boy, I hope SAG-AFTRA's got some sort of, like, deal set up for her, because I don't know why anybody would just throw, I don't want to say, like, throw their entire career away just like this for a fucking union. And, like, it's like they're not even supporting, like, stuff that they're saying that they're supporting. It's just so ridiculous. And yeah, I think this is going to put a final cap on the issue. I think that myself and many other players will probably just, out of respect for what has occurred, give Genshin Impact a try yet again. So maybe we'll have a little bit of content on that in the near future. I do believe Genshin Impact is, to some degree, saved. There are still a lot of other issues with it, but this is a massive one that I do think has been resolved. So with that, let me know what you all think. Peace.